projects that, you know, you're especially proud of. You all do amazing work, but these projects have special meaning to you because your home should rise up to greet you, right? It should be a space that makes you happy and feels good. We're going to start with you, Victoria. We've got this great space, starting with this kitchen, which is clean and crisp, but still homey.
And trying to reimagine the plain white kitchen and make it a bit unique. So this kind of stuck with me because when our starting point, I wish I had a before shot, but the woman was just in a bad place overall. Her space in no way represented her. She had this great personality. She's done so much in her life. She was working all these jobs for her kids. So we really came in and revamped the space. And just seeing her face, it always stuck with me for the first time. And she was crying and just so thankful for us and what we did. And it kind of just revamped her whole life and kind of gave her that kickstart to, you know, focus on herself. Yeah. So that always stuck with me. That moment always stuck with me.
It's not just a room, right? This is the space you're coming home to every
single day.
Yeah. So make it work for you.
Yeah.
Beautiful living room as well. Same client?
This is my condo.
Ooh, it's gorgeous.
So, in downtown Toronto.
We're going to visit Victoria, aren't we?
Come over.
Love it.
And here was kind of, I feel like so many people in the industry, you guys can relate, sometimes they put their space last.
Yeah.
It kind of took me so long to kind of make decisions and actually pull the trigger on so many things. So my space was not finished for a long time. I was the worst client I've ever had, hands down. So I was constantly debating, but finally I said, you know what, I have to be able to be happy here and like really put together my own space. And now everything has a home. It's a smaller space, so everything has a home. There's no clutter, and I love coming home to it every day. So that was a big one.
Excellent. Don't put yourself last. That's actually the lesson there.
Yes.
And this is sort of another view of the living room as well, where you can see, is this your space again?
No, this is a different one.
I'm like, wow,
a different. Jeez, I wish it was my living space.
It's big.
Yes, it's big. This one was huge.
Yeah, it's
and that's
huge.
also a challenge, kind of having to figure out a larger space. This stuck with me. This was in Nashville actually. So it was kind of like a super country home.
Okay.
So veering them away from that country into the modern was a big thing, and I loved playing with scale and symmetry, and this room always really stuck with me.
Good work. Before we move on to Christian, I got to show them this bedroom because this is the wall I want in my bedroom. Can you convince my husband? Is it wallpaper? Is it decals? What is it?
It's wallpaper.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, so it's wallpaper on the back.
Oh,
and
I
it
love
was super feminine, super graphic.
Yes.
So yeah.
Now, the space that comes to mind for you when you think of something that's special to you, Christian, is a space that you actually planned for your mother-in-law. So tell us a little bit about it.
So it's actually, she is a wedding caterer, event planner. She's also kind of in the south sort of, I call a real estate magnet. She keeps buying up places and redoing them.
Yeah.
But she's always on home. So she actually bought this old 5 and dime on a historic square that literally was an empty concrete box. This is the before.
Okay.
Completely, it looked like a football field of concrete. It was scary. And her vision was, can we make it look like New Orleans?
Oh, okay.
Right? It's like, sure, can we move it to New Orleans, not Mississippi? So it was a great project for me because she actually, when we were renovating our house in New Orleans, she would drive 3 hours each way when we weren't there to make sure the contractors were doing things right.
Oh,
which they weren't always. They saved my floors a couple times because they did them wrong. So I thought, yes, we'll do it together. It's my first actually non-residential space, so there was a lot of sort of learning curves. AC budgets are way higher, air conditioning on commercial spaces. So you have to save other places. But I also brought some along photos. So what we did is we actually created a brides and groom suite behind this faux facade of a New Orleans courtyard. So we actually went, what was great is we'd go and source to antique stores together, drive around the country, find old doors, put it together, and then I've got a couple photos after so you can see.
Let's see
it drastically transformed. So this is the final result. We installed sort of a custom ironwork balcony.
Wow.
This great space, a faux brick wall at the end. Amazing. So it was great. It was a great bonding moment for the two of us. Your mother-in-law can be your best and your worst client.
Yes, yes.
But we're better for it in the end.
Good for you. You jumped right in and you transformed that space. That's daunting.
Oh yeah.
That is a big job. It looks gorgeous.
And there are some DIY sitting in there.
Oh, there are. Of course there are. Okay, Shai, this is a space that means something to you, and it's stunning.
Thank you.
Look at this beautiful like dining room, sitting area. It's gorgeous.
So this was actually one of our very first celebrity projects that we did, and this space, I love designing in front of waterscapes. Like anything in front of water for me is just love, 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 love. You know this. I would live on a beach if I could. So, you know, this was great for us to be able to do, and it was such a large scale project. So this was the first time that this family actually had money to be able to to do kind of a project that they wanted to do. So it was
Yeah.
from the ground up, building exactly the way that they wanted it. And when they brought us on, it was really important to me to be able to bring them to where they wanted to be.
Lovely.
So that was great.
We have another picture as well.
Yeah.
So the sun is setting.
The sun is setting in this one.
Gorgeous.
Now, this one is really, I do love this one. This one has a little bit more of a personal story. So this client actually spent probably a good part of 15 years trying to get pregnant, and she could not. And this was a culmination of all of the emotion and everything that came into that, and her space became the thing that she did invest in the end. And to be able to kind of make that home for her where she felt comfort in the end was really important to me.
That's amazing. Every room has a story.
Yes.
You know? So that's incredible that we've seen some of them today.